Hi there and welcome again to Unplugged Gaming. Today I'm playing Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave. And I've already set up a game against our abductor today, which is going to be Renisha Sharp. I'm going to give you a brief overview of how the game plays, if you don't already know that. And I think I'm going to do it while I'm playing. But before that, I should give you some information that you need to know how the game is set up and what you have to do to actually start. So I chose an abductor, which we will try to negotiate with. And it's Renisha, and she has her abductor card, which you can see right here. And the part on this card is actually what we have to do to set her up. So she starts with a starting demands card, and the one that we have picked is this one that is written down right here. So one Renisha major demand card. I put that right up here on top of the tableau. Then there is a special effect which the abductor has, and in her case it's hook, line, and and it tells us the following. In each conversation phase, the first time you make a threat roll with 3 or more dice plus 1, and resolve the effect immediately after rolling but before resolving card effects. So this plus 1 translates to this threat level that we have here on our tableau, and the threat level, as you can see on this card as well, starts at 1. So that's why I put this little marker here. I hope you can see it. Yeah, otherwise I'll just lay it down. I think that will work a bit better. And yeah, so her special effect is each time we roll 3 dice, which happens not that often in this game, she will increase her threat level by 1 point. So we will get into this yellow area where we can only roll 2 dice. So yeah, we won't have many abilities or many possibilities to really roll 3 dice in this game. And then we have the 9 here, which tells us how many hostages she has taken. So this is the hostage pool, not these. They don't belong to the game right now. So our hostage pool is 9, and yeah, our task is to save as many hostages as possible. At least we have to save half of the hostages to win the game. But then we also have to take her out. And by the way, I see that I missed something for setup, so I have to place another card down, which is the second in command. I'll need to place that beneath her. Yeah, so that's her part of the setup. There's also a story element to lead us into the game and give us some cinematic effect, I guess. So I will read that out to you right now. Renisha Sharp. Renisha quickly rose through the ranks of the Wind Rattlers, a small but growing gang of mostly female members. Only 26, she's established herself as a cold and calculating leader with lofty goals for the gang. Fiercely intelligent, she's notorious for outwitting beat cops and rookie detectives alike, lulling them into a false sense of security before springing her trap. The team caught her by surprise as she was torturing several members of a rival gang for information. Now she's using them as hostages, and it is up to you to resolve the situation. So that's what she is up to. So here are the gang members she's taken hostage, and now we have several rounds to get out the hostages, and then there are 2 abilities or possibilities to win the games. The first one is we get Renisha to surrender, but that only happens when the hostage pool is already cleared. So we need to get out at least half the hostages. Some of them might be killed in the process, but we would still be able to win the game if half the hostages have been saved. So in this case, we need to save at least 5 hostages. And the other option is to assassinate her and, yeah, or eliminate her. I think that's the better choice of words here. But we, of course, have to still get the half of the hostages out of the situation before. And there's a small twist, because if we decide to eliminate the abductor, there will be this card that I forgot to set up, which is the second in command, and he has some special rules as well. So when he comes into play, I think I will read that out for you as well, so you have an idea what's going to happen. So if we eliminate Renisha, the second in command will be the abductor at that point. And he has the following special rules. Replaces the abductor card if the abductor is eliminated and hostages still remain in the hostage pool. So if there are still hostages in the pool, he will be the second one who jumps in for Renisha. And then we have this symbol, which stands for killing hostages. So he kills a hostage per threat level increase, which again is talking about that threat level meter here, but will never kill the last hostage in the hostage pool. So he will never end the game for us, if you will. And then the second in command may not be eliminated. He surrenders immediately when there are no hostages in the hostage pool. So we have to take out or bring out the last hostage to win the game when the second in command takes over. And then we have a pool of cards, which are laid out beneath the tableau. And of course we have a hand of starting cards. So about these cards, I can tell you the following, that we will be able to buy them, so some kind of deck building, if you will. And in our conversation phase, when we're actually talking to Renisha, we will be able to play these cards to get special effects and, yeah, bring out the hostages and maybe calm her or make life easier for us. So yeah, we will play these cards in the conversation phase, which is here underneath the game turns. Always the first phase we play each turn. And we always choose how many cards we play. So we will definitely keep some cards in hand for the following rounds, because otherwise you have just 2 less options for the following rounds. And after the conversation phase ends, which is either at a point where when we decide to end the conversation phase, or I can show you a card like small talk. If this symbol triggers, then the conversation will be ended as well. So there are 2 possibilities for the conversation phase to end. After we have talked with Renisha, we always have the chance to spend our conversation points. And in this phase, we will buy the cards from our common pool. And the cost of the cards is always in the bottom right corner. So all our starting cards, as you can see here on Small Talk or maybe Keep Cool, cost nothing. So every card that is in the common area will be in our hand again. So these cards we will always able to get back in our hands. And of course we can buy all the other cards. We have the first row here, which has 2 copies of all the cards that you can see here. I will explain what they do while I play. I think that makes more sense. And then we have 1 copy of each card in the top row, which starts at 4 costs and ends at, I flipped those 2, ends at 8 cost. So to get there, you really have to gain a lot of conversation points. I actually have never bought a card that cost 8 in any game of Hostage Negotiator so far, but I was able to take one into hand due to other effects. Yeah, so we spent as many conversation points as we can, because every conversation point we don't spend will not be taken over into the next spend phase. And after that, there's the Terror phase, which is kind of the center of the game for the Abductor. And in this phase, we will just draw one of these Terror cards and resolve it from top to bottom and see what happens. And in most cases, it is an effect that hinders us in a way or increases the threat level again, and yeah, just things that make us the situation, or that make the situation more difficult for us. Yeah, so I think I'm more or less ready to start. So I will try my very best and lead you through the game and explain as much as possible, and of course share my thoughts and ideas how to win against Renisha. So at the moment she's pretty cool. She's at a threat level of 1, so we would be allowed to roll 3 dice. And what I definitely want is, I wanted to stay her at this level of coolness. So the first thing I'm going to play is Keep Cool. So in this case, I will play this card, and I'm now allowed to roll 3 dice because we're here in that green section of the threat level. The card is divided in 3 success levels. The first one on top, the green one, is of course the best. We will trigger the effects in this section if we roll 2 successes, and what would happen in this case on the Keep Cool card is that we're allowed to lower the threat level again, and we would also gain a conversation point. If we just roll 1 success, we are at least allowed to lower the threat level. And if we don't roll any successes, we will lose a conversation point. So as you can see, we can go below 0 in this case, but by rolling 3 dice, I definitely hope for 1 success at least. Yeah, the dice are standard 6-sided dice. And they have a success on the 6 and the 5, and they do have this symbol on the 4. So if I rolled something like this, in my case, like the 4, the 3, and the 1, I would be allowed to discard 2 cards from my hand to make this count as a success. So in this case, it's always a good thing to do crucial rolls when you have a lot of cards in hand, to maybe get a profit out of the 4 result. And yeah, then there's another thing which I haven't told you for the conversation phase. It's not only that we can spend 2 cards to get a success, but we can also just play a card face down. So if you will, we play it like this, and then we get a conversation point just like this. And this is definitely a crucial thing in the game, because in this case you can just say, no, I won't roll the dice again and hope for best of luck. I will just play this card and receive an immediate benefit from doing that. Okay, so we want to play keep cool, and we do have to remember her effect, so she will increase her threat by 1 if we, or after we roll 3 dice the first time. So let's see what the dice will do. Alright, classic start. No success in the first roll. Great. So what happens now is we have to push this one up for her hook, line, and effect. We rolled 3 dice, so we have to increase the threat level, and it was definitely the worst thing that could have happened. Okay, so I think what we want to do next is play small talk. So small talk allows us to gain a lot of conversation points. But it has the risk that we have to end the conversation right after that. I have to admit that I played against Renisha yesterday, and I tried twice to win against her, and the first time I uncovered all the demands that she had, and it was pretty tricky to control all the demands that she had. So in this case I will try to do it without revealing demands, which might be a bad thing for the terror phase, because there are some effects that are stronger when there are unrevealed demands in play, but I think it might be a wise choice. So what we'll do is we will, before we play small talk, discard these 2 face down. I will just put them face up here for 2 conversation points, and then we will play small talk. Now we only roll 2 dice. Hope for at least 1 success. In this case 2. Let's see. Okay, there's 1 success. That's good. So we will receive 2 more conversation points. And I think I will keep small talk and keep cool in my hand. So my conversation phase ends right now because I decide to end my first talk with Renisha. And what's going to happen now is we are going into the spend phase. So we have 4 conversation points we can spend. And in this case, we definitely want to look for cards that help us lower her threat level again. So Just Take Breath is a good option, which gives us the opportunity to calm her down a bit and maybe even receive some conversation points. It costs 2, so we will take that in our hand and reduce that by 2. And then I think I just want to take 2 of Consider This, which is simply a reroll card. So play this after any threat roll to reroll 1 die. This card may also be played during the terror phase. And I will buy 2 of them because they all cost 1. So I have 5 cards in hand from my second round. I'll reduce that to 0. And then we're going into the terror phase, and we'll look what Renisha has for us. Okay. That's Delayed Escape, which says the following. If any escape demand has already been conceded, the abductor escapes. So she does not start with any escape demand. So, of course, we weren't able to concede anything like that. And then you may ignore the cost and penalty for conceding any escape demand in the next conversation. If you concede an escape demand, turn it on its side, but leave it in play. Then shuffle this card in with the remaining terror cards. That is some kind of freebie for us because nothing really happens, so definitely a good card for us. We bought some time, and mechanically the card would work like this. If we would concede an escape demand in our next conversation with her, which can do several effects, allow you to concede demands to the abductor. We could use it for a better effect for us, but on the flip side, this card would be shuffled back into the terror deck, And if it comes up a second time and we would have conceded an escape demand, we would immediately lose the game. So yeah, in this case we can ignore it. Delayed escape does not really matter to us, and we can go into our next conversation phase. So we definitely want to keep Renisha cool again, or rather bring her down to threat level 1. So we will play keep cool. Oh, what I forgot, sorry. After the spend phase, all the cards played will be put back into the pool of cards. So in the next spend phase, we will be able to buy all the 0 cards back. So I can definitely plan ahead and know that I will have 4 cards to play with next turn. So now I'm going to play Keep Cool. What I'm telling her is, I can sense you're getting anxious. Let me put you at ease. We all want a peaceful resolution. All right, yes, we do. Let's see if the dice want a peaceful resolution as well. Yes, 1 success. That is great. So threat level goes down by 1. And we're now allowed to roll 3 dice next on the next card. So this is why I bought Just Take a Breath, because I hoped that I could roll on this card for, with 3 dice to get her down to the S level. I don't really know what S stands for, I have to admit, but if she's down there, we can definitely roll with 3 dice one more time in this round. So let's do it. Let's play Just Take a Breath. I'm telling Renisha, whoa, 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 slow down, take a deep breath. Deep breaths. And I hope for 2 successes. That would be really great. Oh man. Wow. 3 4s. Okay. So I could only convert to 1 success, but in this case I will play Consider This to re-roll 1 die. Hope for a success. It's another 4. Wow, what are the odds? Okay, yeah, that is not the result I was looking for. Boom. But I definitely want the effect, so I need to give up these 2 cards as well. So I'm using the effect that is on the flip side of the card, turning one of the 4s into a success by spending 2 cards, which means we can lower threat level by 1. So she's there, and we don't have to forget about her effect, so she's just putting it back there. That means my conversation phase ended, and I'm going into the spend phase, in which I can spend 0 conversation points, which is not enough to buy any of the better cards. I just take my cards back into my hand, and then all the cards I bought will be returned to the supply. Yeah, that could have been better, actually, but okay. Then the Terra phase is the next thing we have to resolve. So draw a card from here, and boom. Now, increase threat level by 2. So she's now at 3. And at the end of the next conversation phase, -1 on the threat level, so she will be cooling down at the end of Fit of Rage. And then we have these little alert markers, and we're reminded to place 1 underneath the conversation token, that we don't forget about this effect. So we're going into our next conversation phase with only 4 cards in hand. It's all the starting cards we have. I think we will just do exactly the same as we did in the first phase. So we're trying to play, well, no, we're not trying to play, we're playing Keep Cool to lower her threat level by 1. And maybe get a conversation points out of it. That's 1 success, and we could get a conversation point out of it. Well, the thing is, it costs us 2 cards, and I could just discard these 2 for 2 conversation points. So we will definitely not do that and just take the effect of 1 success. So we bring her down to 2, and then we are going to play these 2 face down again for 1 conversation point each. So we're at 2. And then we're going to do some small talk again. Let's read what we're telling Renisha here is, I feel like we could be good friends if we met under normal circumstances. What do you like to do for fun? So let's see if Renisha wants to talk about that or not. And she actually doesn't. Oh man. How many 4s have I rolled already? But it's still 1 conversation point, and conversation is going to end, which would have happened anyway. So Renisha didn't want to talk about anything which we would do if we met under normal circumstances. So we're going back into the spend phase, but before we do that, we have to remember the effect of this card, Fit of Rage. So we're allowed to lower the threat level again by 1. So she still calmed down a little bit, maybe by talking to me about things that are fun. And yeah, now we are allowed to spend 3. First of all, we're taking 2 cards back in hand, which is not a lot. And then, yeah, I mean, we do have to do something about the hostages, but in this case we need some more successes as well. So I'm sticking to my plan and try to cool her down once more. Costs us 2 conversation points to just take a breath, and we take another consider this for 1 to maybe get something going here. We need more conversation points to get to the better cards, and we need to calm her down as well to roll more dice. Okay, spend phase is over. We're going into the terror phase. Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this. All right, that's a classic. Just worked on it. So we get to increase threat by 1, and now this is what I was talking about earlier. If there are unrevealed demand cards, which I decided to do in this case, relieving the demand card face down, is +1 again. So she's right back up at 3, and I think this is what we need to work with from here on out. Okay, in this case, let's do some keep cool play. So Renisha, just calm down. Everything is all right. Just want to talk. Come on. This is unbelievable. Yeah. I'm taking the fail effect. It hurts a bit. But I think we can live with that and hopefully get a better result on just take a breath, because that's the second card I'm going to play. Now I picked up the keep cool card. That was a bit of cheating. All right. So just take a breath. Deep breaths, Renisha, come on. Keep cool. Wow. Okay. So -2 if I don't do anything about that. Well, we definitely want to get a positive result, so we need to consider this and re-roll the die. So what we're telling her, while you're thinking about my offer, consider this. If you do the right thing, you'll be 1 step closer to getting out of this alive. Alright, you should listen to us, but you don't. Alright, another 3. So, -2 conversation points. This is really, really going bad. And now we don't really have to bother to play small talk, because the only thing that it would do is bring us back here. So, yeah, this is definitely not going well at the moment. These cards are played. Now -3 does not stop us to buy our starting cards back. That's the only positive thing I can take out of this conversation round. And then these 3 cards will be put back into the common pool. Well, alright. We accomplished nothing. And we're going into the next Terra phase, which is exactly the same as last round. So I've got a bad feeling about this. Increase by 2. Boom, boom. And now things are really looking dark. Alright. So we need conversation points to get cards like Hostage Escort or something. So I'm going to do the following. Play this face down. Play this face down. Then let's do some small talk. That's what Renisha likes, as we know. Yeah, that's at least 1 success. Alright. That means 2 conversation points for us. That's good. And then in this case, I will play another small talk. Since she's already talking to us, we should take this chance and try to get some further information out of her. Maybe? Nope, not this turn. Alright, so still +1, but the conversation ends. Keep cool. Will stay in my hand for the next round. And we're in the spend phase now, so I have 5 points. And I think we have to push for the higher cards now. So we'll only get back 1 card next turn. It's only another Keep Cool card. And I definitely want to do... Yeah, I don't see any chances to bring her back down at the moment on the threat level. So I am going to try to get more conversation points by buying You'll Talk, I'll Listen. Costs us 2. And then, is it too early to get a Hostage Escort? I mean, how many rounds have I played? 4, so there's still time. So let's get the card You're in a Tight Spot, I Can Help, which has an effect on our next threat roll, so maybe we get more dice, or even 1 less. And then I have 1 more point to spend, and this one will be another Consider This. Yeah. Alright. We're not doing great at the moment, but maybe Renisha will give us some chance to reason with her now. Come on, you have to talk to us. Renisha, keep cool, or... Okay, let's play You're in a Tight Spot, I Can Help. So we hope to get more dice for our next threat roll to make a positive, or get a positive effect out of You'll Talk, I Listen. Because if we roll 2 successes on this card, it not only gives us 3 conversation points, it only also allows us to return this card to our hand when the conversation ends. And that would be great. But we definitely need 1 success on that roll, otherwise we do have another problem. So there's 1. That means +1 conversation point and +1 die for the next threat roll. So just doing what I planned. Now we're playing You Talk, I Listen. I'm going to be quiet now and listen to everything you have to say. Lay it all out there, my goodness. Tell me everything. Now come on, tell me everything, Renisha. Oh man, how many 4s have I rolled? Jesus, 1 success. It's good, but not good enough, I think. So I will play, consider this, and reroll one of these. It's a 1. Yeah, and then I'm playing these face down to get 2 successes. And that gives us 3 conversation points, and You'll Talk, I Listen will go back into our hand. We're still not making big progress. Feels like all small steps, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back at the moment. But it's definitely a tough game, so nothing happened in the hostage situation. We're just exchanging words and she's getting angry and I get to cool her down again, but yeah, nothing really works at the moment. Okay, so spend phase, we will take back 4 cards and we can buy for 4 points. 4 is still not enough to get anything out of this. I think I will do so I have a lot of cards in hand, so I will buy play hardball. Maybe it's time to do that. So I spent 4 on that card. I'm allowed to take this one back into my hand. You talk, I listen. And all the other cards are returned. And then we're going to the next terror phase. You aren't listening to me. All right. +1 for each unrevealed demand card in play. Oh man, she's already at 6. And then discard all. What are your demand cards from your hand? Okay, that's bad. And then if any unrevealed demand cards, reveal a demand. So we now have to do what we did not want to do and reveal a demand. So her major demand is, I just want to be understood. When revealed, put another unrevealed Renisha major demand card into play if able. Now we do have 2 more, so we will put that into play. You may not choose to concede this demand. You must immediately concede this demand when the threat level is S or K. So we're pretty close to conceding that. Place an alert marker on both S and K to remind yourself of this effect. Penalty for conceding. Remove this card from play and set the threat level to 3. Then reveal an unrevealed Renisha major demand if able. So yeah, that's all pretty bad looking at the moment. The only positive thing about reading her diary, which we obviously did somehow, we got to read some passages out of a diary with that major demand card, is that if we go to K on the threat level, her threat will immediately be put back to 3, so she will not kill any hostages. but we don't want to let it come to this. All right, now, options are thin, I have to say. Yeah, these have been discarded. All right, so what we do is we will play hardball now. And what we tell her is, now you listen to me, we tried your way, and now we're going to do things my way. Is that clear? So things are getting tense, and I definitely need one success out of this. Otherwise, I think this game will probably turn the wrong way, if it already hasn't. All right, let's see. Yes, zero demands, yes. 0 successes. And I don't have a reroll, so that's bad. So it's going to be +2 on the threat level, +1 puts it back here. Means these go away. And this one goes away, remove this card from play and set the threat level to 3, then reveal an unrevealed Renisha major demand card if able. So this one is out of play. We had to go up 2, so we're moving the marker here. And then we will reveal her next major demand, which is good game, sucker. When revealed, put another unrevealed Renisha major demand card into play if able. Yes, that will be the last one. You may not choose to concede this demand. You must immediately concede this demand when there are no other major demand cards in play. Place an alert marker on this card to remind yourself of this effect. Penalty for conceding, move the threat marker to 6 and put an unrevealed escape demand card into play. All right. Things are not looking good, and they're not going our way in any way. Okay. So I think what we do is we will do one more small talk this round, and then I think we have to pass. Okay. Small talk. Come on, Renisha. Let's talk. 1 success. All right, that's 2 conversation points. We got something out of here. And I will keep the rest in hand, I guess. Yeah. Desperate situations. All right, we're going into the conversation. No, we're ending the conversation phase. And going into the spend phase, so we pick up 2 keep cool cards. And I think we will buy to consider these cards this turn. Ooh, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Not a lot of successes for us. Playing hardball was not the best option for us, obviously. All right, Terror phase. Let's raise the stakes. Roll a die and add hostages to the hostage pool as follows. On a 6, 5, or 4, 1 hostage. On a 3, 2 hostages, and on the 1, 3 hostages. All right. It's 6. All right. That means we will add 1 more hostage. So he's now taking hostage 10 people. Yeah, okay. I'm really in a spot where I'm not sure how to proceed. So I think that keep cool is really somehow a waste of time, because I'm not really getting her down to the green section of the threat level. And small talk isn't really happening at the moment. I think what we have to do now is go aggressively for hostage escort and try to cool her down. So, well, let's start with keep cool one more time. So 2 dice. 1 success is always almost a must. That's 1 success, and I could discard 1 card, 2 cards. No, I won't do that. It's not worth the 2 conversation points, or the 1 conversation point. I'm going to do that one again. So keep cool, Renisha. We're just talking. Yep. All right. So she's now down to 2. And I think we will do another small talk. Because we really want, we really want 3 conversation points out of this. So I will play this one face down for 1 conversation point, and then I'm going to do the small talk to get at least 1 success and 2 conversation points, so we can buy the Hostage Escort card. Yeah, that worked, alright. So something went our way. We will end the conversation phase, get back some cards, and we will buy just 1. It's just the Hostage Escort, which would allow us to save 2 hostages. It costs us 3 conversation points, all the other cards going back into the common area. And then we go into the terror phase. I am mad as hell. Great. Alright. So she's really mad. And her threat level is back at 4. Good. Alright. Yeah, we're with our back to the wall at the moment. Still playing Hostage Escort. So we desperately need 2 successes. Hostage is injured. We're willing to send someone in, unarmed, to escort them out. Is that okay with you? Renisha, let us do that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Please consider this, Renisha. Please. Oh, man. This is so tough. This is so tough. Alright. Of course, we need a success. Otherwise, the conversation would end right now. So we're playing 2 cards face down. And, oops, I messed up. So we saved our first hostage. That's great. Threat level goes up by 1. She's not very amused about that. We still can continue. So let's do a small talk. Come on. What do you like for fun? Oh man. Alright, okay. So I cannot do anything about that. We will receive 1 conversation point, and Renisha hangs up the phone. Again. Spend phase. 3 cards back into our hand. And yeah, we have only 1 conversation point, so that will be the card. Consider this. Alright. Terror phase. This is all your fault. This is all your fault. So she's killing her first hostage. She's really losing her temper. So 1 hostage killed, 1 hostage saved. And if any unrevealed demand cards, +1 threat. Yeah, I don't think that we are able to win this. But we still try till the end. Alright, next conversation phase. No time for small talk this time. We need to keep her cool. And we do. Alright. That saves us some time. Yeah, alright, so Time for small talk, I guess. Yep, let's do this. Come on, Renisha. Whoa! Finally 2 successes. I think that's the first roll I got 2 successes on. Cool. Alright. So 3 conversation points. I could end the conversation right now. 3 more rounds, yeah, I don't see how I can win this. I could go for little compromises. Alright. Well, that's a gamble, but I do it. You'll talk, I listen. I'm going to be quiet now and listen to everything you have to say. Lay it out all there. Tell me everything. I can discard 2. I will not do this, I think. Or will I? 2 more conversation points. Jesus. I think it's all or nothing now, right? I could also reroll 1 die, but that's just a 33% chance to get a success versus a 100% success. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, I cannot play it safe. So I'm going to play consider this. And it's not a success. So threat goes up by 1, conversation ends. But we keep our keep cool card. We're getting back our 0 cost cards and have 3 conversation cards points to spend. And I will just take again the hostage escort. Alright, Terra phase. Hanging on every word. During the next conversations, easy. Let's do that again. During the next conversation phase, you may spend 1 conversation point to ignore the end conversation effect. Do this as many times as you wish, spending 1 each time. Place an alert marker on top of the phone to remind yourself of this effect. Alright. Well, that's a good card for us, but doesn't really play a big role. Alright, 2 more rounds after that, so we need to keep her cool once more. And yes, I think I want the success, so I'm going to play 2 cards face down and get her down to 5, and then we need to do another hostage escort. Oops. That's no success, so we will add 1 hostage to the pool and the conversation ends. Yeah, Renisha is not much of a talker, I think. I think we're somehow getting really unlucky with the successes. I don't know when I will watch the video afterwards. I have the feeling that we don't really roll a lot of 5s and 6s. But okay, that's the game. So in the conversation phase, nothing happened. She hung up and we will go into the spend phase, get back 2 cards. So we have 3 cards for the next round, which is nothing. And then we will put back these cards, 1, 2, and 3 into the common pool. Now, last Terra phase before the pivotal event. Pick your poison. Great. Choose one of the following options. +2 threat level, -1 die until the next conversation phase ends, or flip 2 red tarot cards into the discard pile with no effect. Okay, I cannot do that, so I think I cannot choose that option. And then I think I'll just pick option 2 so that at least the threat level stays there. Because if I would choose option 1, threat level would be at K, and I would only roll 1 die as well. So okay, I think this is the nail in the coffin. Finally, we saved 1 lucky lady so far, but all the others, well, there's nothing we can do, I think. I think we will just go into the last round without doing anything. So we were just skipping our conversation phase, taking all the 3 cards back into our hand, and yeah, just go for the pivotal event. So this is a special tarot card. It's the last card in the deck. It always has a special effect. Yeah, I'm going to read it out. Let's see what happens. Okay, human shield. So the abductor may not be eliminated while there is at least 1 hostage in the hostage pool. Yeah, okay, so the human shield doesn't really bother us. There are 9 hostages, is it 9? Yeah, 9 hostages in the pool, so we will not take a shot at her. Okay, now we have 1 die, and the special thing in the last round when the pivotal event is active is that we can spend conversation points during the conversation phase. So let's say I play small talk and get 2 conversation points. I'm immediately allowed to buy cards from the pool. I think that will not really play a big role, but yeah. I think I really should have taken the other option, considering, yeah, let's rewind to pick your poison. So I'm going to choose option 1. So threat level goes there. I will tell you in a second why I choose that. Threat level goes there, and then I'm going to do that because I have an option to bring her down to the yellow threat level, so I might be able to roll 2 dice in this phase. So let's play keep cool first. If we get a success, we might be able to save 1 more hostage or 2. There's no success, it's 1, so conversation point is gone. Let's try the same again. It's another 1. And I think that this has been the game, so there's nothing more I can do. Just do small talk. Yeah, so let's do some small talk. And it's another 1, the 3rd one in a row, which means we get 1 conversation point, but Renisha hangs up the phone finally, and we have been not successful in this hostage situation. All right, I think there's a lot to learn playing this game. I have played it several times, and I have won several times, including yesterday when I played Renisha. But that wasn't to happen today, I think. As you can see, nothing really went my way. All the options I took were somehow wasted by some unlucky die rolls and definitely some unwise decisions. But that's part of the game, so I think it's a short game. It's about, if you play, it's about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to play. and it's always good fun. Might be frustrating sometimes if the die rolls don't go your way and you have situations where you just cannot get out of, like after 6 or 7 tarot cards, there was an obvious ending to this game. I wasn't really able to do anything. So still, I really like this game because it's short and it's a good solo experience. It's very thematic and there are ways to win this game. Maybe not the one I showed you today. But I still had fun. I hope you enjoyed the video too. And yeah, maybe you leave a like and we see ourselves in the next game. So see you then on Unplugged Gaming. Bye.